You walk onto a starship. Lights are still on. There's a coffee cup on the table, still warm. A console's running somewhere down the hall. The chairs are pushed back, like everyone stood up at the same second.
And every person who was here is gone. No bodies, no fight, no signs of anything wrong. Just a room somebody was standing in a minute ago, and now isn't.
That's the image that Akiva Goldsman used to pitch the Griffin Incident. He said we're all obsessed with the empty room where the cup's still there and the cigarette's half burnt. And here's the part that should keep you up at night. Your brain already knows how to feel this fear. It's been rehearsing it your entire life. So here's what a ghost story is really working with. There are 4 things your own brain does in the dark, and you don't get a vote on a single one of them.
Number 1, right now in any dark room, your brain is drawing faces, wood grain, a coat on a chair, the shadow standing in the doorway. That's pareidolia. And you do not get a vote. Your face detector's been redlining for 1,000,000 years because the ones who ignore the face in the bushes don't live to have kids. So it keeps sketching a figure into the dark over and over, whether one's there or not. You can stare dead at it, tell yourself it's a coat, and your brain will just keep drawing a man. Cute coat though.
Number 2. Sometimes you feel watched before you see anything. Cold dread. The hair lifting on your arms, the flat certainty that you're not alone in an empty room. In 1998, an engineer named Vic Tandy proved you can feel all of that from a sound too low to consciously hear. Infrasound. It shakes your body, smears the edge of your vision, and pours fear straight into you. And this is the part that gives no comfort. You were right to be afraid. Your nervous system just couldn't tell you of what.
Number 3, you wake up, you can't move, not your hands, not your legs, not your mouth, and there is something in the room with you. It's at the foot of your bed, and now it's on your chest, and you cannot make a sound. Every culture on Earth has met this exact thing and named it. The Hat Man, the visitor, the one that sits on you. It's called sleep paralysis. It's happened to about 1/3 of you already. So, sleep tight.
Number 4 is the one that the premise of the episode was built on. Why do we invent a who at all? Because your brain would rather hand you a monster than accept no reason. Empty ship, a door slides open on its own. Half a second later, your mind's already put a person in the room with you because a threat that you can picture feels more survivable than a blank you can't. The empty room gets you for a backwards reason. Something actually being there would almost be mercy. What breaks you is that your brain won't stop insisting that something is, and it's doing a great job.
And here's the most Star Trek thing about any of this. Star Trek has walked right into it before, on purpose. In Catspaw from TOS, the haunted castle and the witches are aliens that are reaching into the crew's heads for whatever scares them most. In Wolf in the Fold from TOS, they work out that that thing stalking the ship is a being that feeds on fear. They even name it Red Jack, and naming it saves nobody because it had already been fed. And that's the trick that most horror won't say out loud. You can identify the monster and still be terrified because understanding a thing was never the same as being safe from it.
Star Trek is a mirror. It shows you the monster, and then it turns the glass around, and the monster's you. Here's the thing about a haunted ship with nowhere to run. The scariest thing on board was never going to be whatever's in the walls. It's what frightened people do to each other and to themselves once they're convinced that there's something else aboard. That's classic horror cinema, watching who breaks and who they turn on.
And yes, we can see you typing it. Sub Rosa, she's coming. We're saving her. Behave.
The Griffin Incident drops July 30th. The Trek trio will pull it apart, go dark, and then go deep, live this Thursday. Don't watch it alone.